Okay, so I got the yard barn moved over here where I actually want it, so I can come off the patio and go in, get paper towels, toilet paper, Christmas decoration, all the stuff that it's just a lot more convenient. And yes, I'm not done painting it yet. Y'all know how we are in lawn care. Guys, it's Nick with PNX Lawn Care, solo operation here in East Tennessee. If you're new to the channel and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. So, y'all remember a week or two ago whenever my truck and trailer slid down the driveway, correct? So we had to act fast, do something. So this is where I want it to go. I'm gonna have to bring that up. Now, to give you guys an example of what I'm talking about, see how that one is right there? That's what I wanna do right here. Now, of course, it's gonna take time, but we all have to have plans, right? And that's my plan, to get the rest of this taken down and that put there, and then a metal shop. I found a metal building. I'll get the dimensions later in the video and show you what I'm looking at. But first and foremost is to get the brick, the cinder block wall like that and get it leveled out so I can park that trailer there and then park my truck beside of it, or another trailer for the time being. That way I'm on a level surface instead of hitching and unhitching the trailer on that driveway. So that is today. But yeah, it looks silly right now. I'm well aware of that, but in between working, I'm going to make a little sidewalk that's going to wrap around there and then landscape all this, okay? So, and I got the patio cleared out because I got more painting and all this stuff to do, but I wanted to update you guys on that. So let's get started on the day though, okay? All right, so yes, you gotta have a plan. Now, is everything I talked about in the video this morning going to happen within the next few months? Probably not. It's going to go in stages. First, I'll get somebody to come out, dig the footers, lay the block, backfill it, all that stuff. So, but you gotta have a plan. Ever since I was probably a teenager, my dad's always preached to me, you got to have a 5-year plan. Whenever you're 50 years old, 5-year plan changes more and more. So, but anyway, I've got that ball in motion, and what really, a buddy of mine, I text him and he goes, that your truck and trailer sliding down the hill really got your butt in gear, didn't it? Yes, it did. I'm jumping, I hadn't made a video in a while, and I've got so many topics that I want to talk to you guys about going through my head. So if I jump around a lot, please forgive me. I should be in Louisville, Kentucky right now, because the Equipment Expo, which a bunch of you guys that'll watch this video later are probably at. I'm sorry I'm not there. I'm sorry I missed you guys. I really wanted to be there. I'm watching everything on Instagram, YouTube, and all that of everything going on at the expo. I've been the past 3 years, and I'm missed this year, and I really want to go back next year after seeing all the videos. But yesterday was mine and my wife's 20th wedding anniversary, and she has gone the past 3 years with me to the expo, and I really didn't think that she would want to spend our 20th anniversary looking at green industry stuff. I call it a hunch. So the Equip will be there next year, but if I had gone to the Equip on our anniversary, I might not be here next year. So that being said, now switching topics again, I've talked to y'all about the lawn care community and how your competition can be an asset to you, and how here locally there's a network of us that help each other out, that like in different ways, but we try and help each other out. I got back this trailer in, and then we'll get back to this, okay? Okay, here's what I'm talking about. My supposed competition, which really isn't. We help each other out. I send him yards, he sends me a dump trailer. But whenever he knows I've got spring cleanup jobs or fall cleanup jobs coming that I need a dump trailer, it's kind of a, I scratch his back, he scratches mine. He's like, all right, I've got, because he also has a, not only lawn care, but he also rents these things, has a side business where he rents dump trailers and roll off dumpsters. So he knows whenever it's about time for me to need one, and he sets one aside for me. So, but the other thing with this is I wanted to see whenever I get this leveled off and the block laid and it leveled before a structure goes on it, how two trailers would fit in here side by side. So y'all can see, you can tell by the chain link fence that the grade that this goes down. So yeah, it'll be up high, as you can tell. And if I back up too much, woo, that's gonna be a doozy. But I think two trailers, that's a 7x16. And I think that's also a 7x16, the dump trailer. So yeah, and I'm looking at coming 30 feet back off the driveway and probably 25 feet. Yeah, 25 feet wide, 30 by 25, I think. But I'm going to get the flyer and show y'all just one that I found that sparked my interest in putting a metal building here. But I think that'll work out fine. Now, the other thing I'm wanting to talk about, I'm going to put this video up here. This is how, if you live in the city limits in Kingsport, this is how the city comes around and collects leaves. So check this video out. Okay, so I had to empty out the other trailer. I was going to bring this one over here, drop it, and just leave it till I finish the job. But there really wasn't anywhere to park it. So I had to empty out my trailer and bring everything with me that I'm going to need. This is what we're dealing with. Going to trim everything down to the ground and get all these leaves out of here. Trim that bush, just trim some stuff up. So, and then I'll show you, there's like 4 different parts to this job, but let's get going. Okay, let's take a look, see at this. I've already hopped up in there twice and stomped on it. You know, jumped around to mash it down. And you really can't. Shaped up that, did the crepe murder up there, did that in Andina, got all that over there. But and just kind of raised these trees up a little bit. Looks like I need to get that one right there. But yeah, it doesn't look like I've hardly done anything, but I have. Okay, I told y'all while I was riding in the truck that I had so many thoughts bouncing around in my head. The real reason, and I just luckily, that leaf truck from the city happened to be coming by and I got footage of it. Because the real reason I want to do this video today is because we're probably, about everybody is doing leaf cleanups now. So I want to talk about leaf cleanups and pricing. Now, not leaf removal, leaf cleanups. If you follow me, you've heard me talk before that I only have two customers I do leaf removal for because they aren't in the city. All the other clients I have that I do leaf cleanups for are either in the city or live in the country or have a wood line. Like I'll show you in the backyard, this one has a wood line, or hold on. Actually, that's where I blow theirs every year. I've serviced this client for probably getting close to 10 years now, I think. But I always just blow her leaves into there. It's just kind of a pit. It's full of rock and everything. They can't really do anything with it. So that's where leaves and brush and all that stuff goes. So all the leaves that come out of here are going to go into here. So, but that's why I wanted to show you the leaf truck so you can see that you just get them to the road and they suck them up. Now, this is where I'm going to get tons of comments, and that's a good thing because we all are here to learn, right? So pricing leaf cleanups not removal, because I can't speak to removal other than the 2 I have, but that's not enough experience to give you all a knowledgeable info on, okay? But leaf cleanups, price it by the hour, price it by the job. Okay, I price it by the hour. Let me tell you why. Leaves can be very deceiving. Doesn't look like much. Like, oh yeah, that's nothing. You can see so much green in there and all that. So you assume, and that's the bad part we do in this business, is you assume that there's not going to be that many come out of there. That's where we mess up. So if you price it by the hour instead of the job, if you get in there and the leaves are a lot thicker than what you anticipated, you're covered. If you do it by the job and you get in there and they're just thick, gnarly thick, you're going to be like, oh no, I did it myself again. But we're going to talk more about that, but I need to do some work, okay? All right, here's a little update. All that monkey grass and all that trimmed. Look at that. Now does it look like I did something? I've still got to blow it all out, but everything's trimmed. Now, I get to run with that on my back for a while. All right, next I'm going to start on these crepe murders here. Take those down. Ought to be fun. I'm going to use that right there for these. And we've got to get all this cleaned up. Just curious, if I strapped them or tied them up and put it on my back, would that remind anybody of a Led Zeppelin album cover by any chance? Yeah, that's how old I am, guys. All right, let's take a look at this. Got all that chopped down, clean those up. There's those crepes, you saw those, they were up above the roof line by far. So a little crepe murder action down through here. So it just looks like a complete mess. Tomorrow I've got to get those guys, but the wind's been blowing like crazy. So I haven't been trying to blow anything because it's all blowing that way and I need to go that way. But I'm not telling y'all anything you don't know, but I'm going to try and get it cleaned up as the sun's going down. Come back and fight again tomorrow. All right, after the 9010 got a hold of it. That looks a lot different. All right, I'm going to show you all around what I got done. I'm not finished with the job. I just found a stopping point. I'll be back in the morning and finish it up. But I want to do 3 points on the leaf cleanups since we're in leaf season. And like I said, I prefer to charge hourly, but we'll close that out with number 3. But 3 things you need to consider doing leaf cleanups, and I left this on purpose. I broke both wrists. I've told you all that before. This one, I had a 4 gallon, 5 gallon full weed sprayer on my back. Slipped, put my hand down to catch myself, broke it. This one, last fall or fall before last, slipped with this on my back, the 9010, put my hand down to catch myself, broke that one. So we are constantly walking like this, forward and back, and you can't see all of these hazards. See all those rocks, tree roots, all that stuff. And whenever you're backing up, you can't see that stuff. So you're going to trip and fall. It's just hazardous. Second point I wanted to make. Let's say you bid the job and it's dry as a bone whenever you bid it, but whenever you go back to do it, it's wet. I mean wet. We had 2 days worth of rain, and those things are just matted down, so there's that. Number 3, walking around with this on your back is a lot harder than sitting on a zero turn or on a stander or even on a walk behind. Second of all, this thing runs off of nothing but 2-cycle engine oil and non-ethanol gas, which is expensive. A 9010 will burn through one of those tanks in 1 hour. It may vary a couple minutes, but with Echo Means Business says about 4 or 5 of us last fall said how long will it last, and there's about 4 or 5 of us came up with 60 minutes thereabouts. So that's expensive. Second of all, this is what I want y'all to think, because I've told y'all before, I don't give you numbers because it's different in every area, but I want you to think about this. If you've got, let's say, a $60 yard and it takes you 30 minutes to do it, how much should you be charging per hour to do leaf cleanups? By that notion, you can do 2 yards in an hour. That's 120 bucks. Like I said, you burn through this gas a lot quicker. This gas is a lot more expensive. The hazards of it, all that. That's just 3 things I want you to consider whenever you're pricing a leaf job. I have my set price that I do per hour. Throw it out there and they're like, well, that's kind of expensive. I'm like, well, I do your yard for this much money. How long does it take me to do it? And they go, oh, well, it takes this long. I'm like, well, now factor that into an hour. How much would you be paying me to mow your yard? Well, that makes more sense. Guys, I don't have all the answers. I'm sure y'all will leave a lot of, the guys that's been doing this for a long time will leave even more comments down below on how they like to do leaf pricing, but that's how I do it. That's 3 of the key factors I think goes into pricing leaf jobs. So I hope that helps as you go about getting these leaf cleanup jobs this fall. I'd love it if you'd hit the thumbs up. I'd love it even more if you'd become a subscriber like the rest of these guys, and start leaving comments down below. We'll walk around and finish this, but I'll catch y'all on the next one. All right. Got all that. Look at them crepes, y'all. Jeez. But I left the front yard cleaned. I've got to go back and touch up everything, y'all. I'm not leaving it like this, but it's a big difference. Big difference. Those are gonna be tons of fun. But yeah, all right. You guys have a good night. We'll get back at it in the morning, all right?